Alright y'all, welcome back to another Tomags golf video. This one we're doing the TrackMan Combine. The 6th attempt to beat 80.5. 80.5, the bar was set the first time I did this in video number 1. But I had a good feeling about this one. Started off hitting a lob wedge from the 60 yards. And this 60 yard has been kind of my bugaboo. I haven't really been hitting it too well, but started off good right here. Once again, the number on the left where you see the arrow, that's the carry. So you have to carry it. The total is the number that doesn't have the arrow. The middle arrow is how many feet you hit it from the hole. And the number on the right is the score that it gives you. The scoring average, where the arrow is right there, is your total score for the whole TrackMan Combine. So just to refresh you guys on what these numbers I'm looking at and what these numbers mean. So starting off pretty good right there, 89.1. I hit these 60-yard pitches pretty good. Moving up to 70, I stayed with the 64 degree. Hit that first one 6 feet, so doing pretty good. Hit that one 1 foot, so scored 100, which is helps your score out a lot. Now this 80-yard, what I've been doing is I've been taking a gap wedge and kind of knocking it down just to get that carry number. But this one I decided to hit a full lob wedge because I know a full lob wedge is about 75 to 78 yards. So I figured to myself, if I just rip lob wedge, it should be kind of a perfect number. Once I got to this 90, that's when I took that 52 degree and was hitting it pretty good. That first one I hit 2 feet, scored 100 on it. The second one, I just pulled it a little bit left. But I had a good swing thought going into these shots right here. I was thinking about opening up my feet just a little bit and kind of really, like, not really swinging outside, but kind of pushing that swing to the right a little bit. And it ended up just the ball, I was catching it perfect, squarely, coming right down the line of intent. And I was hitting it pretty good. That 100-yard shot was pretty good, though. 120 is the same exact swing as I take with the gap wedge for the 100 yards, but I know it's going to go 20. And just hitting some solid shots right here. You see that number's pretty good so far, 86.2. But I know that it takes 2 to 3 bad scores to really drop that significantly, probably by like 3 to 4 points, especially in the beginning of the first 3 shots. Again, you get 3 shots from each of these distance. So again, was hitting it pretty good. The 140, I had the 9-iron here. I was kind of taking a little bit like a 3/4 swing, basically. A full 9-iron is about 150 to 155 for me. If I step a little bit more on it, it goes 155, or play a draw with it, which reduces spin, but still hitting it good right here. 2 feet to 100 or 100 points. This 160, I went to the 8-iron. Did the same kind of swing, like it was all feel. I mean, it's anywhere between, I think, taking it back 9 o'clock to like 10:30. And I just know that swing speed going through would be perfect. This 180, I had 6-iron to, again, try to carry it. Usually, you know, if I have like 190, I'll take a 6-iron out because I'll expect a little bit of roll. But in this combine, the roll does not matter. So I had 6-iron here. Taking it back again anywhere between 9 o'clock and 10:30 and just working on the swing speed through. The drivers I hit pretty decent here. I was trying to kind of lay back on it a little bit. You'll see the total carry right there was 257. So, you know, again, not stepping on it, but was kind of missing it both ways with the driver, but keeping it relatively close to that line. So the scoring was pretty decent on these. So we're going back to the 60 yards right here, 88. So I'm like, all right, I'm sitting pretty right now. I just got to focus. I had a good mindset right here because I told myself wedges are the best part of my game. So at 86, 88, I know that I'm going to hit these pretty good and keep that same mentality. We're taking the lob wedge and just working on the speed coming through. So 70 yards, I know that it's going to be a little bit harder than a 3/4 to carry the ball 70 yards. It's going to be almost full though, because a full one, like I said, going back is 75 to 78 yards. So it's a pretty touchy-feely shot, but You know, I ended up being pretty decent with it. 80 yards, again, I just smacked the 64 degree and just swung it hard and got that carry, you know, pretty good. And I think this was the difference between beating 80 and staying short of 80. 80.5, the total number. So, again, hit some decent ones here. I was right down the line, had a good swing thought. I was working a little bit on the take back before I shot this video to try to not take it as inside as possible and try to feel kind of a cut coming through the ball. Is just the swing thought that I had. And again, it was keeping the ball pretty straight, going to the 90. Hit some decent ones here. I'm still keeping my eye up on that. Right now, 87.2. So I knew that I kind of really had to screw up to not beat that goal of 80.5. But, you know, again, we're swinging it okay. 11 feet. It's acceptable. It's not the best, but that one wasn't the best, as you can see. But once I got to these 120, I had 87.1 on the score. So all I was thinking to myself was just hit decent shots and try to get the total score on the bottom right, the score for each individual shot, higher than 87.3. Every shot I hit, and I should be okay. So I was kind of right around there, but there's definitely, the pressure definitely got to me right here, the nerves, which is good, which is the feeling that I want to have, which is going to help me in the long run and in the season when I'm under pressure and I need to hit these shots. I could refer back to, you know, the nerves that I had trying to beat this. Every time I practice, I try to get some sort of competitive with myself to try to score better, and it seems to be working. So right there, 87.5, I'm still kind of hovering around that number. 160, I had that 8 iron. It was all carry. That one I just pulled a little bit, but the bugaboo with this TrackMan combine was the 180 shot. These 8 irons were not that bad. Not as good as I wanted, but all 6 of these 6 irons that I hit, I pulled left. I didn't hit one to the right, which was a little bit discouraging because, again, I was trying to feel like I was having a cut swing coming through the ball, but I guess I just wasn't getting that spin. But again, sitting right here, you know, pretty good, 87 on the dot, and then pulled it left, so it kept coming down. So I had 3 drives to hit. The first one, I just figured just put a little smoothie out there. If I hit a good number, then I should be golden, and that first number was 100. So I basically hit the line. This second one, again, I just kind of eased on it a little bit just to get that number up at 81. So right now I'm looking at that 86.9. And this third one, I just kind of swung it like a gamer and ended up beating that number, 80.5, with an 87. On the screen it says 86.10. I don't know what that is, but when I pull up the TrackMan right here on the app, 87. So that was awesome. It felt really good to beat that number. The tour average is 83.5. So now I got that new bar, that new standard that I got to beat, and I'm definitely going to try to do it, but I definitely feel like I'm taking steps in the right direction, and hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good day, y'all.